overly general position description. This is kind of the converse of the very highly detailed position description. It's not going to help you get your ideal candidate. And a vague position description, quite frankly, is not that attractive to a savvy candidate. As a rule of thumb, we like to say a development position description should never be just one page. There's no way you can fit all that information just on one page. And again, avoid the one size fits all position description as well. So what do I mean by that? In many cases, and for some of you, and this is particularly true if this is the first time you're hiring for a position for a development position, your development department might be a department of one, and that job function and expectations of that role may be completely unique and different from the rest of your organization. So adjust your position description accordingly. So for example, if you're a development officer, maybe they need to spend extensive time on the road to build relationships and cultivate relationships, whereas your programmatic team may spend the majority of their day either in the office or on a single site on a, for example, at a school. In this case, your development staff may have more flexibility to work remotely than your programmatic staff because of the nature of their day-to-day work. So be intentional in writing your position description. Again, this is something that is very easy to procrastinate, and it's also really easy to just try to copy and paste from your other position descriptions. So avoid that temptation and make sure that the information that you are copying and pasting, if you are doing that, is accurate for this role as well. Second, don't use the term culture fit in your position description. So we're going to talk a lot about this culture fit and this fit thing. If you saw my Instagram videos, I kind of previewed that there. The term culture fit can be off-putting to a candidate who may not see themselves in what they perceive to be the mold of your office, or maybe they're intimidated by it. So if you prioritize culture fit in your position description, that might be something that will automatically turn them off from applying. So we're going to talk a little bit more about team chemistry versus culture fit in a bit, but certainly avoid this language in the position description itself. And then finally, as we're talking about equity, don't assume that your equal opportunity compliance statement is sufficient as an equity statement or as a way to communicate your organization's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is not an equity statement. What you should do instead is weave what the intentional work that your organization is doing in the areas of diversity, equity, and inclusion throughout the position description. So I talked about the About Us section. This is a great place for it. When you talk about what your ideal candidate looks like, if you have that type of a section, which we usually do at Thread, this can be woven into it. So that's the best way to communicate that. Don't rely alone on your equal opportunity compliance statement.